Croak and Crow took the 66 books of the Bible and, can you do sound effects? Cut it in half. We're now left with 33. What book will reign supreme? First up, first choice, first draft is...
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cartier.
And I am Croak.
And this here is Frank. Looking good as always. We're looking very dull today.
You Frank, have something negative to say about him.
Because Frank usually he brings some flamboyance into the podcast.
Well, it's not dull. It's just, you know what I mean? I don't know. I want a different word.
Boring.
No.
Drab.
No, understated.
Melancholy.
Okay. Classic.
Lacking.
No.
Yeah. Well, bleh. How you guys doing? It is Wednesday. It's a beautiful Wednesday. We are in spring. It's May. It's May. Is this today's the first May podcast that we've done?
Is it?
And more than that, it's a special May day because it is May 4th. Star Wars Day.
Oh yeah.
May the 4th be with you.
I have never enlisted in Star Wars. I've never watched Star Wars and I never will. Okay. The month of May, what that means to me?
What?
It means Mother Mary.
Does it?
Yeah, because I grew up in a Catholic church. I grew up in a house.
You were one of those babies isn't that how Quasimodo was born in The Hunchback of Notre Dame?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And P.S. That is my favorite book.
Book?
Yeah.
It's a book?
Oh. I'm so sorry, Victor Hugo, that you had to hear that.
I thought it was a Disney movie.
Notre Dame de Paris.
Ah.
It is a book, a very famous book, and then they made a cartoon out of it, which I don't even think that I've watched the whole thing through.
You just don't watch anything.
No. But anyway, Catholic Church, Mary, month of May. It's when you have the May procession. It's when you sing all the May. I love it. May songs and the Pope right now. He just talked about something about the month of May and how I think we're supposed to meditate to try to be like Mary this month or something.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, today is a special holiday, and I kind of like it. It's National Renewal Day, or it's just Renewal Day.
Oh.
And it's about I think it might be geared around mental health, but it's the idea of starting new, starting fresh. But why I like it is because, unlike New Year's, where I feel like it seems forced. Yeah. Where it's let's make a New Year's resolution. And then January 1st is not too different from December 31st.
Right.
The idea of being on May 4th is just like the seasons. It's nicer outside. You're seeing just the flowers bloom and you bloom with the flowers, if you will. Go out, take a walk, do these kinds of things, which in, January is not something to do.
Yeah, it's perfect time for renewal.
Yeah,
because everything's coming back to life.
Yeah, so it's
people do spring cleaning
for yourself, and you don't need to make a big old resolution about it.
Right.
But it's just you know what? Today's the day. May 4th is the day I'm going to get out of my bed and do what I want to do. Become the person I want to become. Live the life that I want to live.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's a great day in all bounds. My birthday is coming up in exactly 1 week.
Is it
It
1
is.
week from today?
It is.
Okay.
If you know me, I love the
birthday.
setup for my birthday.
Yeah.
My birthday itself, I'm usually I don't even care. But the setup on the way to my birthday, get out of here.
Really?
Yeah, I love the setup. And then when the birthday actually comes, maybe it's because I give it so much setup.
Oh.
And then the birthday comes and I'm like, well, this is just a normal day.
Right.
The government hasn't shut down the roads. Stores are still open.
Yeah.
It's not a bank holiday, which is I always find strange. One day it will be. But.
Well, why don't you part of the fun of Easter is that you lead up to it with Lent and you give something up. Do you know we were supposed to give up the word Alleluia during Lent?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah, Catholics aren't supposed to say Alleluia because it's such a joyful word during Lent. And then, of course, you say it, Alleluia, he has risen on
Alleluia!
Easter Sunday. But for your birthday, but part of the fun of Easter is that you get to like, now I get to have soda or whatever it was you gave up.
So have a little Lent for your birthday.
Right.
And then on your birthday, you just go buck wild.
Right.
That's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
But then how will everyone know that your birthday's coming up?
I thought it was just for you.
No. I want everyone to be, I want a parade. Moving on. Guys, it is another special day because it is Wednesday. First podcast of the week. If you follow our Instagram at Croak and Crow, you will know that we have a little Bible bracket.
Yeah.
And in the Bible bracket, we came up with this idea of pitting Bible verses against each other to see which book reigns supreme.
Right.
In a lighthearted manner. We know all the books are great, and you need all the books together to make one big, gold, beautiful Bible. But just as a little fun.
Yeah. And it's completely non-scientific because we just put just one verse on stage at a time against, like, I put my verse against your verse. So obviously there's so much that would go into really examining that book and
hey, but sometimes that's how you got to do it. If you look at David and Goliath, they had the entire armies. They said, why should our armies fight? We'll put out one of our challengers. You put out one of your challengers. And that's what we do with Bible verses. We say, don't let the whole books fight. We'll let our champion fight for the book.
That's true. And also in David and Goliath, so David was little and Goliath was big. And like, I believe it's Obadiah is the smallest book in the Bible.
Yeah.
So you're just going to have a few paragraphs of that book and you're finished. Whereas other books will have chapter and chapter 12, 13, 14, 15. So in that way, it's hard to put them against each other, but we did. So today's word is polls.
Oh, so it's One Word Wednesday, guys. One Word Wednesday. What we do is we pick a word and we talk about it. That's the word of the day, just like Pee Wee Herman used to say. I read Dr. Seuss too much. Seems like everything that comes out of my mouth is a rhyme. Well, so today is this One Word Wednesday is also the last day of the first leg of the Bible bracket.
Right.
So it's the 33rd day that we've done this Bible brackets on Instagram. And so there's 66 books in the Bible, a lot of numbers, 33 rounds. And so once the poll today is finished, the second round will begin.
Right.
So obviously, we voted for our books on the first round, 33 and 33. Yeah. But to be able to pit them up against each other again, we'll need to repick.
Right.
Now, there still will be some pride if the final winner is something that you voted for originally. But before we do that, we're going to talk about what happened in the first round.
Okay.
I voted for 33 books. You voted for 33 books. 13 of my books and verses reigned supreme. 18 of your verses reigned supreme.
It wasn't crazy bad.
I think there's a little politics involved. I have to go back and I would like a recount, but we're just gonna move on.
Well, we had some ties that had to be broken through the reels, and but
hey, you know what? Listen, I'm not crying out here and saying,
and it's not over yet.
It was a fake election, but 15-18 just doesn't sound right in my head. Because at all my rallies, at all my Bible rallies, everyone was voting for my verses.
Yeah. Maybe I just had better books.
Well, anyway, we are going to vote. We are going to choose our books again for the second round so that we can pit them against each other.
Okay.
Although there will still be pride in knowing that in the very end, maybe your book is still the one that won.
Right.
Now, you won, and there's 33 books now to pick from.
Yes.
Which means there is an uneven number. And it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So as the winner of the first round, I will allow you to lock in one of your books from the first round that will not even have to go into this round.
Oh, right.
Can just get a bye week, if you will.
Okay.
The only exception that I'm going to say is it has to be a book that you picked originally.
Oh, that's fine.
Because obviously we're going to be picking each other's books now, but... So you can look at this, anything with a V on it, and let us know, let the crowd know what you are.
Okay, and this happens in real life, like, right? Like if someone's a really good, or even tennis, like if you're a great player, you you kind of wait for those guys to fight it out.
Yeah, like in football, like the top seeded team will get a bye week into the playoffs, so they don't even have to play that first round because it's like we earned this.
Right.
So you earned this, I guess some would say. Others would say it was rigged.
Okay. I have my choices are many, and if everybody wants to see the results of those first 33 presentations, it's in highlights.
It's in the highlights. You can look at them all over.
You can look at them all over. So, do I want Revelations, James, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Ecclesiastes? Oh, so many. I'm trying to remember one that had a lot of words because it's hard to choose when it's just one letter. One letter, not one letter. I'm going to pick like Obadiah 1. Obadiah is this, like I said, the smallest book. How would I even pick that? I'm kind of moving back up towards Deuteronomy. Yeah.
That's interesting.
I'm moving up to Deuteronomy. It's one of those first books, and I feel like it had a lot to offer, and so it doesn't need to fight it out down here.
All right. So Deuteronomy it is. That was a bold but interesting choice. And now we are going to once again on this podcast pick our books. And so you also get the first pick to go against. Okay. Now everything's open on the board. I'll leave that right there for you.
So how are we going to mark it? You're going to mark it?
Yeah, you use this marker so that we know, and then I will use this one, and you'll just put the number order that you're going in.
The first book that I'm going to pick is...
Yeah, I say with more confidence. With the first overall pick of the second...
Croak and Crow took the 66 books of the Bible and... Can you do sound effects? Cut it in half. We're now left with 33. What book will reign supreme? First up, first choice, first draft is 3 John.
3 John. Okay, so let's put a little 1 right here. 3 John. Now, my thing is, in the first round, I was picking Bible verses that, or Bible books that I was like, I like. Now I'm coming with a new perspective. I'm like, I know what I'm looking for. Yeah. I'm not looking for the books with the overall meaning. I'm looking at books that can pack a punch.
Right.
And so with my first pick, second pick overall, I'm going to choose the same first pick that I made in this draft. I'm taking Psalms again. Okay. Psalms is going to the end, and you can just bet your bottom dollar on that. Give me 2.
Now, when we redo these books and the new polls will be up and people will be voting once again, it is a new verse.
Yes, you cannot reuse the same verse.
Okay. All right. So I want my next pick to be Acts of the Apostles.
Acts of the Apostles. Okay, we'll cross it out.
Oh, right. So nobody can pick it.
I am going to take Matthew. Easy. I'm staying up here. There's a reason we picked these books first, I think. We'll see, though.
True. You know what? Thanks for that little tip, because I'm definitely going to take Proverbs.
Okay. Is that the first steal? Oh no, you took Acts. Oh yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I would take all the books I took the first round because
even though you didn't. Oh, they won. Right. Okay. Those books won.
All right. Next book I am going to take is Jeremiah with the 5th pick.
Okay, 6th pick. 6th pick, I want definitely Revelations.
All right. And I will take Mark with my 7th pick.
Yeah. Okay. Moving quickly along. Did you take Genesis yet?
I did not.
I'll take Genesis for number 8.
8th pick, Genesis. All right. With the 9th pick, I am taking... I feel like I'm going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
I'm going to take Hebrews.
You took it before and you took it again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
10th pick, I'm going to let the crowd choose. So what should I choose for number 10? They said Galatians.
For the 11th pick, I am taking Romans, baby. Romans.
12th pick is going to be Ecclesiastes.
For the 13th pick, I am taking 2 John.
The Johns were interesting.
Yeah.
More interesting than I thought they were going to be.
Well, that's the whole point of this.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what? So I'm going to follow straight behind you, and I'm going to take 3 John, which is 14 now. What book will reign supreme? First up, first choice, first draft is 3 John.
3 John.
Okay. Well, then I'm just going to take the Gospel of John. How about that for the 15th pick?
All right. We're on 16. I'm going to take the verse that is winning today and hopefully still winning by the time I'm done the podcast, Zephaniah.
Oh, wow. You're going for the last overall pick?
Yeah.
That's like Tom Brady. Went from last overall, and now he's just moved up the ladder real quick. I'm going to go to the book of Exodus for the 17th pick.
18 is going to be Leviticus, which I thought I didn't like Leviticus. And from doing this exercise, I like it.
Yeah, Leviticus gets a bad rep because, obviously there's some controversial verses there. But once again, the point of reading the entirety of the Bible is once you get those overall themes, it makes a lot more sense. I will be taking James with my 19th pick.
You can have James.
Yeah, I'll steal that right from you. Thank you.
For 20, I'm going to take what you called filet mignon.
Filet mignon.
In our reels. Check out our reels on Instagram, but it's actually Philemon, and that's going to be my 20.
All right. 20th pick. I'm going to take 21st pick. I'm going to take 2 Corinthians.
Whoa, that's the craziest looking 2 I've ever seen. I feel like you're pushing me on this side of the paper, so I want to look over here and say, what are you doing? And I'm going to take something that you won last time, which will be 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel, and it's now going to be 22. So that sounds super lucky.
2 Samuel 22, yeah.
That whole thing.
All right, I'm going to take 1 Timothy for the 23rd pick. It's my favorite number, 23.
And Tim is a great name.
That is a great name.
Okay. What was that, 23?
Yes, it was.
Again, your numbers, sir. I will take, which you laughed at me in the first pick.
And I'll laugh at you again.
And I won. And I'm going to take numbers for 24.
Yeah, well, good luck. Good luck winning again.
You laughed at me for numbers.
So that means if whatever I pick now is going to go against numbers. Okay, so that's an easy win. So I should probably pick there's like that card. There's that card game where like you both put cards down and you need to have like a higher number. And so, like, the scary thing is, like, you don't want to put a king down and the other person was wasting a 2.
Right.
So I am going to take that you put, like, a 3 down.
Okay.
So I don't want to pick an ace right here.
Okay.
I want to put down a 4, something that's okay. So I am going to do Lamentations for the 25th pick. And you're saying
it exactly the way you said it in the reels, and it's not the name.
What is the name?
Lamentations.
Laminations. It's like when you laminate things. It's when they're all laminating the books of the Bible.
We're very creative in how we say the books of the Bible. So that was number 25. And so anything over here? I don't want Obadiah. There's nothing left in Obadiah. I'm going to take Spencer Verona. Should I take Joel, which you had taken previously, or should I take Ephesians? Joel won in more.
The landslide?
So I'm going to take 26, Joel.
Yeah, 175%. All right. I am going to take, for my 27th pick, give me 2 Chronicles. How did we miss that?
Was that 27? 27. All right. 28 is going to be for me. I'm going to take Ephesians. It helped me before. It'll help me again.
All right. 29th pick, give me Malachi. Why not?
Yeah. It held its own so far. 30. What is left? There's going to be.
You have 2 Thessalonians. You have Obadiah. You have Joshua.
I'll take Joshua, and I don't even remember what number. We're on 30. We're on 30 something. Are we 30? You just did 30. Malachi.
We're 30.
All right, so Joshua for 30.
All right, I am going to take 2 Thessalonians for 31. That leaves you with
Are you serious?
Obadiah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I really don't want it.
It's too late.
I don't want it.
Good luck finding the verse there.
Great.
That's the you get to get the first pick, but then you also get stuck with the last pick.
You get and they're like, I'll choose you. And it's like, well, you have to choose me. I'm the last guy standing here for kickball.
Well, guys, that is the verses. The one, follow us. And the big part of this is follow the Instagram page. And that's where all the fun is. This is the nitty gritty. This is like the draft day.
Right.
You're looking in the draft room.
Yeah.
But it's going to be on the polls. We're going to start. It'll be tomorrow, the May 5th, Thursday. Will be the beginning of the second leg of the Bible bracket.
Yeah.
No repeating verses. No holds back.
And there's a point to the polls.
There's a point to the polls.
There's a point to the polls. Someone actually messaged and said, like, I like your polls, but I don't like what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? And what we're doing is we're having a contest.
We're having and
we're bringing it to life.
And yeah, like I think the thing about it is, I always say this about fantasy football. What I like about fantasy football is this. Because you have a vested interest. It also happens with sports gambling, but I think that's a more dangerous way to do it. Yeah. It gives, if you're not just a huge football fan, it's like, oh, I watch every game. It gives you a vested interest in a more broad array of teams. Like if I have a player who's playing for the Indianapolis Colts, I'm going to watch a Colts game to see if I won.
Right.
And it's like I would only watch Eagles games because like I don't really care what else is happening unless it's a big game. It's sort of the same way with this. It's like you make it a fun little game, and it's like without knowing it, you're reading verses out of numbers when you might not realize, but the only really Bible verses you're hearing are the same six Bible verses, which are great, but it's the same as the Eagles are great, but fantasy football gets me watching some Raiders games, and then I find that I'm interested in that too.
And do you pick players in fantasy football? Right.
Yeah.
So you also might know the team, but now you know players.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then is that not what we're doing by picking one verse for the book? And then who knows, you might become a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, it's true. I found with doing it, I follow a lot of Bible verse accounts.
Yeah.
And they put up great Bible verses. They do. And sometimes I screenshot them or save them, but really I don't go back to it, and it's just a lot. It's a lot that, I don't know. I see it and I like it, but it's not interactive.
Yeah.
And I like, okay. But this is interactive. You're like reading 2 Bible verses and then you're saying.
You're thinking about them.
And you're thinking about them. And of course, everybody loves all of them. Not everybody.
Yeah.
People love all of the Bible, but it's not about that. It's like right now, when you actually are looking at this, their own little walkthrough of the verse.
Yes,
like, do I want to pick
It's a little 5-second think, more than just a passive listening of the Bible verses. It's which one do I prefer? Right. And then you might think about why I might stick with you a little bit more. But hey, we have fun with it. I'm excited for the second round. Shout out to your. Which one did you pick to carry on through?
I believe it was Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy, yep. So good. Shout out to Deuteronomy for getting to have a breather for the next few weeks.
Did you ever learn the books of the Bible in school?
I went to public school, so no.
Oh well, you went to CCD.
Yeah, but I don't think that you.
Religious. They didn't have enough time.
Yeah.
I didn't. In my memory, my experience, we never learned to memorize.
Yeah.
We memorized prepositions and so forth. We never memorized the books of the Bible. Now, your sister went to a Christian school, and they did memorize the books of the Bible, and I was so impressed, and I was so surprised, and I was like, "People do that?"
Yeah.
And it was like,
that little song.
Genesis, Exodus, whatever it was. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, never did it. Never really thought about each of the little books of the Bible or what they would look like if they were separated. So like, obviously Obadiah would be a
individual
page.
Book. Yeah.
Yeah. This would be the Genesis book. So for my own self, I loved it because it was like, so if you followed the polls on our account, or if you just look through the highlight, you will have read from every single book in the Bible.
From every single book in the Bible.
And you can tell people that at your party.
In 33 days. And in 1 month, you read a verse from every book of the Bible. But, hey, so this was basically a shout out to, this was a bracket episode about the polls, one or Wednesday. So today's all about, go over to Instagram, check, if you are just getting into it, check out all the polls, and then jump right into it starting tomorrow. But have a good May 4th, do a little lightsaber thing, renewal day. Today started anew. It just like our bracket is starting anew. You can start anew. The flowers are starting anew. We are all being renewed. till tomorrow, walk through Thursday. Go out and live your best life. Peace.
It sounded like you said we're all nude.